Welcome to this video on second medical opinions. We will explore why patients seek them, what the evidence says, and how the process works. This briefing covers patient safety, diagnostic accuracy, and patient-centered care. This video outlines the foundations of second medical opinions, the evidence supporting them, and common reasons why patients seek them. We will also discuss barriers, costs, the process of obtaining one, and how digital tools are changing the landscape. A second medical opinion is an expert review sought after a condition is identified. It is a standard part of informed decision-making, not a rejection of your first doctor. Its goal is to confirm, clarify, or reconsider a diagnosis and treatment plan. It is helpful to distinguish between a formal second opinion and self-referral. While a second opinion is a specific assessment of an existing plan, self-referral is when a patient independently seeks care elsewhere. Remember, seeking a second opinion should not end your relationship with your primary physician. Why is this topic timely? Medicine evolves rapidly, and patients are increasingly informed and empowered. Today, patients expect to weigh treatment options carefully, prioritize their quality of life, and take an active role in advocating for their own health. Consider one patient's account. He faced potential spine surgery after a brief exam. By seeking further consultation, a specialist identified the true cause as simple tendinitis. This case highlights how a second look can protect patients from unnecessary invasive harm. Now, let's examine the evidence. How often does a second opinion actually change the clinical picture? We will look at data on diagnostic error and the value provided by a fresh set of eyes. Diagnostic error remains a major challenge. Data shows roughly 795,000 Americans die or are permanently disabled by these errors annually. Millions experience errors, yet research suggests over 80% of these are considered preventable. Diagnostic harm often concentrates in three areas: vascular events, infections, and cancers. Research suggests that a breakdown in clinical judgment is a factor in 85% of these cases, which is precisely where an independent second review can make a critical difference. A landmark 2017 study analyzed 286 patients who sought a second opinion. The findings were striking. Only 1 in 8 patients had their original diagnosis fully confirmed, while 88% left with a new or refined diagnosis. Breaking those results down further, 1 in 5 patients received an entirely different diagnosis, and 2 in 3 had their diagnosis sharpened or corrected. This highlights the substantial value that a second look provides for diagnostic accuracy. When it comes to diagnostic error, more eyes can lead to fewer mistakes. While single assessments have higher error rates, independent reviews lower that risk, and involving a third opinion can reduce the chances of error even further. An accurate diagnosis is the cornerstone of care because it guides all downstream treatment. If the target is wrong, subsequent medication or procedures may be ineffective or harmful, leading to unnecessary complications and increased costs. Second opinions are most critical for life-altering conditions. Studies show that for such cases, 28% of patients receive a changed diagnosis upon expert review, and 72% have their treatment plans modified for the better. Ultimately, the decision to seek a second look is driven by various factors: clinical triggers, emotional needs, and, most importantly, the quality of communication between the patient and provider. Patients often seek a second opinion when major surgery is proposed or when a diagnosis remains elusive. Other key triggers include dealing with rare conditions, controversial treatments, serious side effects, or when current care simply isn't showing progress. Beyond clinical data, human needs drive the decision. Patients seek reassurance that their care is appropriate, a deeper understanding of their illness, a chance to take an active role in their health journey, and help resolving indecision between treatment paths. Often, the drive for a second opinion is about communication, not a doctor's competence. Patients seek help when they feel their original concerns weren't fully addressed. Clear communication reduces the perceived need to look elsewhere for answers. Patients typically recall only 30 to 50% of information shared during a medical visit. A second visit fills these memory gaps. It is rarely a failure of communication, but rather a normal result of processing complex information under stress. Engagement varies. Research suggests women often take a more active role in their care, leading to higher rates of seeking second opinions. Meanwhile, many patients, particularly those aged 65 and older, express high trust in their initial diagnosis. What do patients themselves report? Surveys show they seek second opinions primarily to explore treatment options, address unresolved symptoms, improve their understanding of their condition, or find a solution when initial treatment has failed to produce results. Physicians also initiate second opinions, which is a sign of good practice rather than a failure. The main drivers include diagnostic uncertainty, the need for shared responsibility, and a fundamental commitment to putting patient safety first. What can stand in the way of a second opinion? Barriers include insurance coverage rules, out-of-pocket costs, and concerns about how the request might impact the existing relationship with a primary physician. When considering a second opinion, patients should weigh several factors: how to communicate with their current doctor, whether costs are covered by their plan, the credentials of the new expert, and the possibility of receiving conflicting advice. Cost is a double-edged sword. While extra consultations add to short-term spending, they can offer immense long-term value by catching misdiagnoses early, preventing unnecessary treatment, and avoiding more expensive complications down the line. Insurance coverage for second opinions is expanding. While some plans require them for surgery, others may present barriers like high deductibles or out-of-network costs. Always verify your plan's specific rules before moving forward. In managed care plans, the option to self-refer to a specialist is often available. Many members choose to do so to save time or select their preferred specialist, though some may opt for this route due to relationship issues with their primary doctor. Several factors shape self-referral. High continuity of care and large deductibles tend to lower the frequency of self-referrals. Conversely, patients who exercise their freedom to choose their own specialists often report higher satisfaction with their overall care. Historically, some physicians viewed requests for a second opinion as a sign of distrust. However, the reality is that such requests are a patient's right. When handled with open communication, these situations can actually strengthen the physician-patient relationship. To wrap up, turn a request for a second opinion into a positive clinical practice. By focusing on patient rights, clearly defined roles, verified expertise, and fair processes for handling disagreements, you ensure that quality care remains the top priority. At the core of the second opinion framework are fundamental patient rights. Patients have the right to seek a second opinion, and they should never face obstruction, discouragement, or negative consequences for their care when doing so. Access to one's own medical information for this purpose is also a key patient entitlement. There are 4 primary pathways for a second opinion to occur. These include a patient self-referring to an outside provider, obtaining an opinion within their existing organization, accessing specialists through a partner network, or, in rare and complex cases, receiving an external referral to an outside expert. To be truly valuable, a second opinion should follow a set standard. The reviewing physician should be in the same specialty and subspecialty as the treating doctor, possess equal or greater clinical experience, and perform a full, careful review of the patient's entire medical history and facts. Effective second opinion processes rely on clear roles. The treating physician identifies a qualified colleague, while the second opinion physician educates the patient on options. Patient relations teams help guide the process, and the chief of service manages complex cases and potential transitions of care. When opinions differ, follow a structured approach. First, accept that qualified clinicians may genuinely disagree. Second, ensure the service chief explains both perspectives neutrally and without bias. Finally, empower the patient to make a confident and informed decision based on all available information. After a second opinion, the patient typically returns to their original physician for ongoing care. While transfer to the second physician is possible, it is never forced. Ultimately, the goal is for the patient to be able to choose their path forward with complete confidence. Managing records is a vital part of the process. Remember that information belongs to the patient. Requests for test results, diagnoses, and recommendations must be handled securely through proper privacy procedures. Be aware that the patient is generally responsible for costs associated with releasing these records. We are now seeing a significant digital shift in healthcare. Telemedicine, remote review, and new technologies are making it easier than ever for patients to access a second opinion, bringing expert perspectives just a click away. Virtual second opinions provide essential remote access, connecting patients in underserved areas to specialists. Modern platforms allow for seamless record uploads, direct video consultations with experts, and even multidisciplinary team reviews for highly complex medical cases. The medical second opinion market is growing rapidly. Key drivers include the rise of telemedicine, increased demand from patients facing cancer diagnoses, and a push from insurers to utilize second opinions as a strategy to avoid costly diagnostic errors. Artificial intelligence is also beginning to play a role in second opinions. AI can assist with faster triage, flag potential inconsistencies in imaging or pathology, and shorten the time it takes to review cases. However, AI remains a tool to support, not replace, human clinical judgment. As we embrace digital solutions, we must stay cautious. Always verify the credentials of online providers, critically weigh the source of health information, and ensure that any platform used to share sensitive medical records is secure and compliant with privacy regulations. Looking ahead, the demand for digital second opinions will likely continue to rise alongside advances in medical treatment. Better patient-physician communication remains the most effective way to address the underlying needs that lead patients to look elsewhere for care. In summary, for patients, remember that a second opinion is a normal, informed step. For physicians, honor the patient's right to seek one. Match expertise, clarify any disagreements without bias, and always prioritize clear communication to build and maintain trust. To conclude, a second look truly protects the patient. When done correctly, it improves diagnostic accuracy and supports informed choice, ultimately strengthening the bond of care between patients and their healthcare team. Thank you for watching.